Yo, I wanted this tutorial to be all professional, so I wrote up a script and I read from the script, and oh boy, I sound funny. Sorry for the really robotic reading, but it's like, I can't read from a script and not be robotic. What do you think I am? Some kind of robot? When you first start using a tablet, line art is one of the hardest things in the world. However, there's an easy way to get around that in Speedpaint tool SAI, your mouse. While the end goal is to learn how to create fluid, expressive, and confident line art using your tablet, using this method will allow you to create confident line work that you can be proud of now instead of later. The things you'll need for this tutorial are a mouse, a flat surface to use your mouse on, and Speedpaint tool SAI. To begin, you first must create a vector layer. Once you create the vector layer by clicking on the icon I drew a square around, you need to get acquainted with the tools. For the first part of this tutorial, the only tools you really need to worry about are curve and edit. To make the curves, all you need to do is click where you want the curve to begin, and then click again where you want the next point to go. Each point determines how curvy each curve will be. To end a curve, simply double-click. This is where a mouse truly performs better than a tablet. Double-clicking on a tablet is quite difficult, as every twitch of the stylus puts the cursor in a new position. With a mouse, it is much easier to keep the cursor in one static position. Once you lay down the curves using the Curve tool, you can use the Edit tool to fix the position of the lines and move around each point to change the curves. To edit a point, simply hover your cursor over the line you wish to edit and click on one of the points that pops up. If you click on a section of the line without a point on it, it will create a new point that you can edit. While it's tempting to use the Pen tool to draw your lines, using the Pen tool will leave you with too many points to make it easy to edit later, unless you are extremely proficient with your tablet. However, at that point, it would be easier to not mess with the vector tools at all. It's a good idea to lay down all of your lines before you start messing with weight and pressure. Speaking of weight and pressure, once all of your lines are laid out, you can begin to use weight and pressure to make the lines look more fluid and natural. One of the most important parts of line art is varying the weights of each line. The more important a line is, or how close it is to the viewer, the more weight it will generally have. Less important lines, and lines further away from the viewer, generally have less weight. In other words, important lines are thick, and unimportant lines are thin. To change the weight, choose the Weight tool and choose the weight that you want to use. Then click each line to change the weight. However, this still looks strange and blocky. That is where pressure comes in. To use pressure, choose the Pressure tool and click on one of the points on the line. You can only select points, so if you want to change the pressure of a segment that does not have a point, you can simply select the Edit tool and add a point by clicking on it. Once you have chosen a point to use the Pressure tool on, simply click on it, hold down your mouse button, and move your mouse left and right to adjust the pressure. This is the most important part to making your line art look confident and expressive. Figuring out where lines should be thin and where lines should be thick is an important part that varies with everyone's individual style. I hope this video was helpful. To end it, I will play a speed paint of me coloring the line art. Good luck! you.